Hola, YouTube. Let me turn down my screen brightness so it's not reflecting in my glasses. Um, so I was looking back at the very first video that I posted. It was a nice 19-minute long video. I got about two-thirds of the way through, and I was just like, okay, I can't watch this anymore because I hate the sound of my own voice. Because, as a person, we hear both what's going on in our chest and in our vocal cords, and it's within ourselves. But when you hear it from an outside source, it sounds totally strange. Anyway, oh god, sorry. Excuse me. Anyways, so, oh my god, fuck. Uh, they say that everybody likes their own brand, but no, they don't. Fat Bastard was wrong. Um, okay, it's going away. It's dissipating. Um, so, I I know that I mentioned the fact that I have seizures in that first video, and I realized that not a lot of people know what to do when somebody around them is having a seizure. So, the first warning signs is the person basically goes blank. They're just like. And then the next sign is they usually start convulsing, especially with grand mal seizures. There's a lot of convulsing. So here's what I want. Some seizures they just stay in the blank stare for a while. It's like they're looking off into space. But for people with grand mal seizures, they usually collapse. They become rigid. They start shaking a lot. For my first seizure, I bit on my tongue the entire time. Boy, was eating it fun after that. So I was doing a little bit of research, and there are 10 easy steps that you can go through to help somebody who's having a seizure. So I'm going to go ahead and go through those. Number one, stay calm. It is needed, because if you start freaking out, then everybody else around you is going to start freaking out, and people are not going to know what to do. So just stay calm. Number two, look around. If the person is in a dangerous situation, such as they were crossing the street or they're on a fucking roller coaster ride, which my doctor has said that I shouldn't go on because I may have a seizure while I'm riding one. I don't think so. If they are in a position where they could be hurt, possibly, move them. Be as careful as you can, but move them immediately, because having a seizure and then getting hurt on top of the seizure, not always fun. Number three, note the time. Time is needed, because when a person has a seizure, they lose all sense of time. A seizure, I know that when I would have seizures, I would wake up on the couch 3 hours later going, oh, what the hell? Or while I was at work, I'd wake up at my desk and go, why in the hell have I been in after call work for 2+ hours? I'm going to be fired for this. So number 4, stay with them. If they don't collapse, but seem kind of blank and confused, just guide them away from any danger. Speak quietly and calmly. Please don't start yelling. Yelling is bad, because you're probably going to set them off further into a deeper seizure, especially for those people who are in a blank stare type seizure. It's called a petit mal seizure. You might set them into a grand mal seizure if you start yelling and shouting and things like that. Number 5, cushion our heads. Cushion our heads, with something soft. If they collapse on the ground out in public, ask anybody for an extra coat or something like that. Just get something underneath our heads, because you don't want to cause brain injury on top of having seizures. Trust me, I've gone through that with my HIV. Number 6, don't hold us down. Don't sit there and try and force us into a strict position that you want us to be in. Just let us have the seizure. Many people make this mistake where they're like, oh, his arms have to be at his side. No. I know that I had a seizure um, back when I was with my ex, and he actually sent me the video, and I watched it. I did, and what what I did was my arms flew up into the air like this, and I just started rotating around, and then I collapsed onto the ground. And I was sitting on our couch at the time. So, um, number number 7, don't put anything in our mouths. The thing is with seizures, the tongue immediately goes to the top of the mouth because every muscle in our body is basically on overdrive. Every single muscle goes rigid. Um, for the petite mal seizures, they don't have that as much, but it's not a good idea to put something in their mouth because you could cause the person to go into anaphylactic shock, essentially, because something might get stuck in their throat if they try to swallow it, if their tongue goes to the roof of their mouth. Number 8, check the time again. If the seizure doesn't stop after 5 minutes, you need to call for an ambulance. Call 911. For the place that I don't know what 99 is. I think it's Britain, but anyways, number 9. After the seizures stop, put us into a recovery position. Usually fetal is best. Just make sure that we're laying down and we're comfortable. Check that our breathing has returned to normal. I watched a couple of YouTube videos of people having seizures, and one of the girls, she had stopped breathing during her seizure completely. So her face was completely blue by the time it ended, and the man had to sit there and rub her back and say, hey, come on, start breathing. Come on. Just breathe. Breathe. So just make sure we are breathing. Check our mouth to see that there's nothing blocking the airway, such as food or false teeth. If the breathing sounds labored after the seizure stopped, call an ambulance. Call 911 or whatever your emergency responder number is, because you want to make sure that breathing returns to normal, and the only people that can really do that are medical professionals. Number 10, stay with us until we're fully recovered, until we are we have cognizance, until we're cognitive, and we can form coherent sentences, like I said in my first video about children. Oh god, sorry, I keep farting. I had hot wings for lunch. So, yeah, stay with us until we're fully recovered. Make sure that we can, speak, that we know what time it is. Let us know what time it is when we are fully recovered. Hey, so you just had a seizure. It started X time, and it ended at Y time. And it'll help us kind of recover what we just lost, because normally I know that when I have a seizure, I lose hours. Even the hours after I've come out of it. I just sit there and I'm like, I don't know why is my shoulder dislocated? Oh shit, I just had a seizure. My shoulders normally dislocate. Actually, I dislocated this shoulder earlier today when I was getting my hot wings from the delivery guy. That was fun. He just looked at me and he was frightened. Oh shit, I'm gonna lose my job type frightened. I was just like, no, dude, I'm good. I'm good. They dislocate very easily. Still need to set up a doctor's appointment for this. So, yeah, orthopedic surgeons. Yay! Ortho. I love Callie from Grey's Anatomy. But yeah, so that was 10 first aid steps that you can go through when somebody around you is having a seizure. Just follow them. Like I said, just try to make us as comfortable as we can be. Even though we're really rigid, especially for those of us who have ground mal seizures. So, If you like the video, please go ahead and show so below. Add a comment. Subscribe. Go ahead and share it with friends, family. Ellen DeGeneres, if you want. My friend Robert is on a kick right now about that. He is sharing every video that I post from when I met him on through to today to Ellen. He keeps tweeting her and saying, hey, you need to go check this guy out. He needs to come on your show. And I'm just like, oh my god, please stop that. Please stop. But yeah, go ahead and share it, and I will see you in my next video. I still need to do advanced numbers and basic questions. I will get that one done, actually probably tonight, because I'm avoiding my life's problems. Alright, have a great day.